we are going to be talking today with Jim Hunter about some of the things you've been doing, Jim, since we've been staying at home with COVID-19. You just recently told me you started a new weekly kind of mail campaign that you're sending out to builders in the Mid-Atlantic. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what you're doing?
Sure. So first I'll say, traditionally, I've always believed that if you're going to develop relationships, it's always face-to-face. I had to switch my face-to-face thinking to a way to try to reach out to our current relationships to stay in front of them, but yet still keep that brand out there. And so I needed to try to figure out a way to be relevant, to get a good message out, and I can't do it every day. You can only do it so often. So, the challenge was how I would reach these builders with a value proposition. And I've always believed that in trying to develop a builder relationship, it wasn't about selling. It's more about what can you bring to the table as a partner. I needed to find where our leverage was. And certainly I'd already been promoting the fact that we are the number one purchase leader in the market by far. And that's a great value add to any referral partner, to realtors or builders. Specifically, it means that we're in front of more clients, that we're working with more realtors, and that we get clients before they make that buy decision. And so we have some ability to maybe influence where they're looking. Every message I'm weaving in the fact that, hey, we've got these, pre-qualified clients and they can be of value to you. The other challenge that I've always known is loan officer, everybody, who would have a pre-qualified client has a concern if they would refer to a builder. We know most builders have a preferred lender list, and we tend to shy away from it because we turn the referral over to a builder and then their lenders come in and the builder incents them away from us. So it's always been a tough proposition. But what I was trying to do was, in my message with these powerful referrals, is to say, let's turn the tables and create a preferred builder list instead of a preferred lender list. Meaning we would start promoting builders who we work with our pre-qualified clients, and then trying to appeal to new relationships to say, look, we've got these referrals in your market. If we refer to you, our only ask is you let us retain the client with the same incentives that you would give to your current preferred lenders and allow us to finish with the transaction. And so, that was really the message that I've been sending in every one of my emails, is asking builders to join our preferred builder list. So I kind of turned the tables, thought it might be creative.
That's been also pretty timely, right? Because builders are also nervous about business right now. They're nervous about where their customers are going to be coming from. So now we're bringing something to the table for them.
Yeah, and going into the timing of this is really interesting, because going into this year, we had already experienced a really low resale inventory in the market. Inventory has been down for well over a year. The buyer demand has been increasing, and that was before the pandemic hit. And so with resale listings down, as soon as people started to get concerned about this virus spreading, we saw listings disappear because people didn't want strangers coming through their house. The market slowed down, obviously, right away. And then as soon as the stay-at-home order came, it just fell off a cliff. I mean, listings are down, according to CoreLogic, they're down 46%. And so builders starting last year had already tried to ramp up to meet demand by putting spec homes on the ground. Well, now they're an essential business still. They were able to keep going. And if you look at it, the relationship of builder listings as opposed to resale listings is increased. So they're much more attractive to a client. To me, it was a win-win-win, meaning a win for us to be able to maybe refer the client to people that we know, to be able to support the builders that we currently work with, and maybe attract some new ones that would allow us to keep, that power of that referral. And a win for us to be in front of these builders and have a chance, maybe with a single loan, to show them how we could perform.
So tell me what kind of traction you've realized from this. 5
to 10 minutes, I got my first response from the first email. And it was a builder in Northern Virginia. I didn't know the builder. He's a small builder. But right away, he loved it. What I was asking was, in addition to say, yes, you want to participate, give me an idea of who you sell to so we know who to refer to. I don't want to refer a first-time home buyer to a had to build $1 million houses or vice versa. So immediately replied with the type of houses, where he is, and loved it. And my response was great. I'm going to have a loan officer reach out to you. She's going to be your contact. And, I was shocked that was that quick. The same day, I got a builder on the Eastern Shore who's one of the fastest growing builders. He builds about 150 homes a year, who also responded right away. So out of the gate, I was feeling pretty good. Over the last 60 days, we've added about 8 or 9 accounts, small builders and large. So the largest builds about 250 homes a year, smallest might build 10. But these are relationships that all said, hey, I'm in. Here are my contacts. Here's who you should reach out to. And yes, if you get a loan, you can keep it. So good success rate. And then in addition, our current relationships reached out and said they loved it too. So my message this week was really asking what kind of inventory they had and if they wanted us to highlight it. And some really good builders responded right away with, here's my current houses. We're going to be able to send those out to all of our realtors. I'm going to somehow try to promote internally these listings.
So how is that going to work? Talk to me about the internal referral process. What are you doing and how are you managing those?
So the easiest way is we do have a builder list that we publish on our website, and it's all of our current relationships. It's the loan officer who developed that relationship and who the builder wants to use, and those are the builders who are on their preferred lender list. And so what I did, added the new relationships to that same list, and there's a preferred column and a referred column. Okay. And if it's referred, that means the builder's one that's going to allow you to keep the transaction. Interestingly enough, there's a few of our preferred accounts where the loan officer realizes the power of the referral and has also agreed for a short period of time. We're going to try through June at this point to say, if you buy one of our, even though it's preferred, they're also checked referred. If you have a referral to those builders, you can retain that also. And the reason why is you might, think, why would a loan officer give up that loan or the, one they have a really strong relationship with? And to be honest, those loan officers realize that the power of one referral at a time like this where builders are struggling to make sales is worth more than the commission on that one loan. And that even the referral itself is a home run. If they are able, I'll give an example. Caruso, who's one of our larger builders, Jameson has agreed that he would participate here. And to say, if Jameson had the chance to call Caruso and say, hey, one of our loan officers pre-qualified a client today and they referred you to a project, that alone, whether that goes through with a purchase or not, is tremendous relationship building. If the person ends up buying, that's a grand slam. And, it's worth more to try to help our builders right now sell than it is to have an individual transaction. So I don't know that that's going to go on long term, and that's certainly by loan officer choice because every relationship's different. There's some where we think we can do that, some not. But if you have a builder on that list in the referred column and you refer a client, you'll retain it. Now, the one qualifier I will say is we're going to ask that you let the loan officer know at the time of pre-qualification that you referred that builder because we want that lead time to be able to generate some value out of it.
So what would that communication look like? You want them to reach out to the loan officer on the account? Do you want to be involved in communication as well?
I can be copied, but the main point of contact is the loan officer on the account. Hey, I've got somebody, I want to refer them to your builder. Will you we leverage this to get a deeper relationship. And, quite honestly, builders right now, if we can help them sell one house, great. If I can even report that we were referring clients, whether they buy or not, it shows that we're in partnership with our builders, that we're trying to help them. They talk to their other builders. I think we can really grow some relationships with this.
So obviously, big picture, you've clearly defined what the plan is, how it's starting to gain some traction. We want to see those referral builders turn to preferred builders. How, if a loan officer is watching this video and they think, I want to be one of those loan officers that gets a builder account, what do they do?
Great question, because beyond the 25 or 30 that we have on our list, I have another 50 that I'm marketing to. And I sent that list out to every loan officer in the Mid-Atlantic. I do not have this for the Boston market yet or the Charleston market, but I'm coming soon. Just harder to get those databases. But for the ones that are in the Mid-Atlantic, look at the list. I've not only listed the builder, but the counties where they build, so that you can pick somebody close to you. You don't want to be in Northern Virginia and pick a Harford County, Maryland builder. Two, tell me you want to go after them, and it can be multiples, because I think, some of these are smaller builders, and it could be a great opportunity to start setting yourself up for future business. Just let me know who it is, and then I want you to commit to reaching out to that site salesperson, because they all have their own, sales models. I want you to commit to reaching out weekly. Right now, that's easy. It's an email or it's a phone call. I think we can have great success if you're looking to expand your builder business. Right now, refinance business is strong. I want everybody to take everything they can, and so is purchase business. But those of us who've been through the cycles know, if you plant the seeds now, when the market slows down, everybody's going to be going after these builders. I want to go after them now.
So I'm going to ask you a couple fun questions at the end of this video. A little bit different, my questions this time, because, we've been quarantined. So the first thing you're going to do when we're out of quarantine, what are you doing?
Personally, I already did. I went out and played golf as soon as they opened that up last week. Professionally, with somebody where I can take them to a restaurant and somebody will actually serve me my meal and I don't have to cook it myself. That's what I'm looking forward to.
What's one thing you've started to do during the quarantine that you think you'll keep doing that might change your life a little bit?
I want to brand ourselves as being the best mortgage company for a builder in the market. And I want to do that in a consistent way that sends a valuable message. So I never would have emailed like this in the past. This is something I learned. And, unique times, it's getting traction. I want to stay in front now.
Sometimes trying something new is a good thing.
There will be good that comes out of this. There'll be productive things that come out of the way we're doing business now.
Thank you for doing this with me. I'm so excited for how much success you're already seeing, and I can't wait to see where we go from here.